Okay, I just want to do a real quick video on why I believe that the MeBob method may be the perfect method for new traders or veteran traders who are still struggling with sticking to a trading plan, sticking to a method, FOMO, chasing trades, fear of missing out, overtrading, all those common errors that tend to lead to retail traders like us blowing up our accounts. And I would like to explain briefly why I think this is the perfect method. It is not because this method has a known long-term positive edge. It may, but that's what we're exploring right now. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is for the new trader and the struggling trader is how can you build your patience and your discipline and develop what Mark Douglas calls the carefree state of mind, the ability to trade a trading plan flawlessly, without error, free of hesitation and fear, from a carefree state of mind. And the MeBob method offers exactly that opportunity. First of all, it is based on the range of a fixed interval candle. It is the candle that opens at 10:05 Eastern and closes at 10:10 Eastern. The trader, you didn't choose that range. The market decides what the high and what the low of that range will be. Your only job is to wait for a 5-minute candle to close outside of that range and then take the appropriate position with a market order at the close of that particular candle that has closed outside of the MeBob range. So, do you decide whether the candle's going to close below the MeBob range? Of course not. The market decides. Do you decide if a candle is going to close above the high of the MeBob range? Of course not. The market decides. Your only job, the only thing you can be judged right about, is did you take the market order to go short or to go long when the signal presented itself? If you did that, then whether the trade goes to the profit target or the stop loss, that isn't up to you. The market is going to decide. Do we get long or do we get short? And then once we are long or short, the market is going to decide. Do we make our profit or do we take our loss? And it's a loss so long as you took a proper, valid signal which is very easy to identify. A child, a young child, probably of 6, 7, 8 years old, could be taught to trade this method. It is very simple. Visually, to see did a candle close below the MeBob range low? If so, your job as a trader is simply to hit a sell market order. Say you are short, and then you make sure your stop loss and your take profit orders are placed correctly. So long as you do that, even if that trade's a loss, it's not your fault. You can't use no blame for you to take on yourself. You can't be angry at yourself or angry at the market. It just is what it is. By removing all discretion from the method, the trader is able to focus on the very simple task of waiting for a 5-minute bar to close outside the range of the MeBob bar, and then to place the appropriate market order to immediately open either a long position or a short position, depending upon whether that signal candle closed above the MeBob bar high or below the MeBob bar high. That is it. And decide what your trading time frame's going to be. And by time frame, I don't mean bars. We know we're trading a 5-minute bar. I mean the MeBob bar opens at 10:05 Eastern, closes at 10:10 Eastern. And I'm going to take any and all MeBob signals between 10:15 Eastern, which is the earliest we can get a signal, because we need to at least wait for that next bar following the MeBob bar to close before we can have a signal. So I'm going to take all signals up until and including 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or I'm going to take all signals between 10:15 and 12 noon Eastern Time, or I'm going to take all signals until I have either 2 wins or 2 losses. You only need to decide what's your trading window. As a trader, what is your workday going to look like? Make the decision for 20 days that you're going to only look at the 5-minute ES or an ES. And you're only going to take MeBob signals. And you will wait for a valid signal, meaning you will wait for a bar to close either above the high or below the low of the MeBob bar. And however far above or below that signal closes, you're going to place the trade. You want to hit a market order and you'll be either short or you will be long. Make sure you have your stop loss. Make sure you have your profit target. I'd suggest anyone doing this exercise to use a SIM account for the first 20 days. Or if you insist on trading live money, limit yourself to trading just 1 or 2 micro contracts. Because again, we don't really know what to expect over a series of 20, 30, 40 trades in terms of the edge, the expected profitability or not of this method. But you're not going to have a goal in your head to make money. The goal, as Mark Douglas said, is to trade for another reason. And that reason is to learn to trade a mechanical method, because that is the only way you can truly train your patience and discipline to become a consistently profitable trader. After you finish this exercise, you can then choose to continue with the MeBob method in a live market, or you can go back to another method you are working on, or look for something different. But you will now know how you need to structure your trading plan with actual rules based on the close of candles and not just winging an entry willy-nilly. And you will have trained yourself to always take your stop loss and always take your profit target, and you never move your stop loss to increase the risk, and you never move your profit target out of greed, hoping for a larger profit. You can only move your stop loss and you take profit in the direction of the current price. But I would urge you to never move your stop loss or your profit target and just trade this straight up mechanically. And I believe if you do that for 20 days, then whether you are a brand new trader or you've been struggling for years, this exercise will fix you and put you on the path to consistent profitability. And that's it. Good luck.